Hey there everyone, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, episode 28, Healthcare. Solve the thermo meat? I'm gonna... Uh-oh. Darzan and Sabin... Wait, did they just reject the same proposal? Darzan proposed the first time, I think Sabin proposed the last time? So, I rejected their proposal... and rejected my proposal. Okay. Darzan's disfigured, which I think is one of the problems why he's having issues with the relationship. So maybe I have to psychic love Sabin for Darzan. I'll do that in a minute. All that rain, gonna clean up all that blood. Love it. Now that it's light up, I'm gonna take some of my brawlers and get them ready to go murder some bugs. I'm also going to send Amon-Ra to help out because he'll be able to cast Stun for the opener. So here's the Bug Bashing Bastet Buddies. Okay, no permanent injuries in that fight. Or that one. I believe there's just these two bugs left. Yep. One Mega Spider, one Spellopede. Ain't even fair. Alright, get back here, Spellopede. I ain't done with you. I know you're bleeding out fatally, but I don't want anything dangerous outside my walls, so you gotta go. Hey, buddy. They want me to pet you. Shadow and Hat Tat Sat. Thanks for the follows. Oh, welcome. I'm not even going to use Psycasting in this one, because it wasn't necessary. Schedule, everybody lift. So I think what I'll do is the regular Forbidden Zone will be green. And then the Forbidden Inside will be red. As a way to remind myself that they're free to move around or they're not. Alright. Pool is almost full. So I don't have to worry about adjusting flow rates soon. It only needs about 2,000 more liters. Only, but still. Macho's still on full meditate? Yeah, let me take him off of meditating at all. I'm going to change the color of that green because that was aggressive on the eyes. There. Much more vision palatable. Alright, now that we've hauled that hood out, let's allow guests and allow them to shop. So here's our shopping quarter, still under construction. So Macho, let's convert a ton to limestone. There we go. Guero's healing up. And Amon-Ra is praying. So Shellbell, you were going to Psychic Love the 2 lovebirds. So, let's see. Sabin needs to love Darzan. I'm trying to keep them together, but it's not working all that well. They are resisting. Maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe I should let it go. So, Shellbell, let's take you off of meditation. Shouldn't Macho be on 2 hours of meditation? So normally it would be 3, but actually no. And the reason is, the reason for keeping them from meditating is Macho and Shellbell have work that's more important than their Psycast focus. Because their Psy focus is... neither of them really have combat Psy focus. So, I'm just trying to keep them productive. Oh, the other thing that I just realized is, let's make sure that our fine meals are not made of... Our pemmican, rather, is not made of insect meat. Okay, it isn't. Good. That would be a little gross. God, you two! I think, are they rejecting one another? Rejected my proposal, I rejected their proposal. You guys are stupid. I have no words. No words for how stupid that is. Cut it out, you two. Alright, so the other shopping side is all set. It just requires a lot of shelving units. Traps have been reset. It looks like the amount of eggs that I get won't be able to keep up with the fine meal demand. But a little bit of hunting and that will be fine. Okay, no pun intended, but a little bit of hunting and it offsets that. So I'm going to get rid of the veg fine meal queue, because it looks like regular fine meals are just fine. I'll do down to 17 on both, which is 1 shelf full and no more. Just add more ducks? I could add more ducks. The only concern that I have about adding more ducks is what does the field support? And if we're going to expand the field, I'm going to have to figure out how to do that because it's mostly sand, so it's not like I can grow more. So I would consider it, but it would have to be voted upon. So unless it gets voted upon, it's not something I'm planning on doing. That's sort of the TLDR of, you should do X, Y, or Z. It's like, yep, if it's voted on. That's kind of my answer. So speaking of which, what should we do now? Here you go. We have one more offered quest for Hafner's Bond, a village terminal, which is kind of tricky to do peacefully, but I will do my best to try. Or viewer suggestions. Now, peacefully, I really don't know how that would work. I'll have to think that over. Yeah, I don't really know how to do it without, you know, cracking some eggs. And I don't like that approach, because I haven't been offered the invisibility Psycast. It's not one that I have. Oh, guests. Oh, there's a lot of guests. Dang. So, taking a look. Gourmand, Steadfast, Nimble. Oh, I've seen you before. But no dumb labor. No thank you. No thank you. Maybe? Lyrebird, possibly. Owl, that's the same owl, and caterpillar. So Lyrebird would probably be my only consideration. They're a fast walker, which is pretty decent. Okay, I think they are still slower. So yeah, never mind. Fast walker is not even offset by the fact that they have a leg scar. Oh well. Alright, Thrumbo meat is rotting, but that's fine. I think a creepy breather is going to have a tough time getting along, though. That'd be my main concern, I suppose. Is that they become hated. Aw, my puppy got the flu. Quick visitor, thanks for replying. Yeah, Patreon takes about 2.5% of processing fees. It actually, that number is not accurate. It actually depends on, there's a few different types of Patreon accounts that you can have. Like if you sell merch through Patreon, they'll take a higher percent. If you don't sell merch, they'll take a lower percent. There are some accounts that are grandfathered in or whatever, but generally speaking, it's around like 2 to 5%. Sometimes a little more. And then Twitch, depending on your sub level, tier 1 sub or prime sub is 50%. And then PayPal, because I do have PayPal donations enabled, although I don't, to be fair, pay attention to my PayPal dashboard all that often because it's so infrequent that I get tips. But that's like less than 1% or something. It really depends on, I think, the size of the tip. So there's no accurate answer, but there's like processing fees that, you know, you have to pay through PayPal. Please give Yoda love from you. Yeah, I'll give him 2 peanuts. Hey, buddy. I think he's dead. Hey, dude. There he goes. He was not moving. Alright, looks like you guys want viewer suggestions, so I'm going to open up the viewer suggestion box. Build a shopping district, which I kind of already have. Suggest goals or projects. Yeah, his batteries are low. I know, he sleeps all day long, that's all he ever does, and still somehow he has his batteries are low. Shovel, you're the only one that I've ever seen bathe. I know that's creepy, but I haven't seen anyone else. I guess I could check if it's a recreation that other people have used. No. 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 Yes. So Marvelous Mike has bathed. Kynan has bathed. Firefly is bathed, so I guess other people are doing it. So if you have proposed ideas, use channel points to submit them. I'll refund you anyway. The amount of wood that I have in the colony is not looking great. So I do have my eye on that. Also, I find it funny that we butchered all this insect meat. And I'll allow any vegetarian to be made into kibble. Hey! Thanks for the raid! Were you two playing RimWorld? Oh, awesome. Perfect. Welcome, raiders. Welcome, welcome. Let me tell you a little bit about my series that I got going on here, and you can tell me a little something about your series. So this is False God. The premise of False God is that our leader, Amun-Ra, was actually an orbital researcher. He was researching primitive civilizations from orbit, and decided to descend upon the planet and pretend to be a god. So I know that there's a lot of people that think this is like Stargate related, but he's not a Goa'uld. He is not Baal or any of those evil Goa'uld lords. He is actually pretty benevolent. He doesn't believe in, converting people by force. He doesn't really raid people for profit. So he's a kind false god. And he is trying to build the City of Thebes. There are some extra details, like nobody can know that he is from space, so that advanced technology has to be hidden away from the rest of the colonists. That's why the colonists are all in, like, tribal wear. Except for he's allowed to use advanced technology himself, because he can just claim that it's godlike powers. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. This music is actually from Airborne Kingdom. So tell me about yours. Yeah, and welcome, Jad's Raiders. Also, this is my mascot. A fully animatronic puppy named Yoda. It's a joke, he's real. And he loves peanuts. And you can use channel points to make me feed him peanuts. It actually wasn't Stargate inspired. Strangely enough, it was actually Stellaris inspired. In Stellaris, you can build an orbital research station around primitive civilizations, and you can directly interfere with their uplifting. So that's basically what Amon-Ra is doing. So here's the little planet that I have, and as you can see, it's full of tribes. All the factions are tribes. And he's doing his best to try to uplift the tribes from their primitive ways to a golden age. Yeah, he has the power of Wikipedia bow before him. Exactly. So this is his little bedroom. Full of fecal sludge, so just ignore that part. And here is his forbidden room. This room has advanced technology that no one else is allowed to see. Huh! Choco just bought 10 meals for himself. Dude, you don't need 10 meals. Stop it. At least you paid for him this time. Yeah, I'm feeding the dog little peanut batteries. Hey buddy, you want some more batteries? Aw, quadruple A. It's your favorite. And right now, I actually have a channel point redemption to determine what I do next, what I build next. So we'll be polled on that in just a second. Hallmark of my channel is that the viewers have a lot of input. So the projects that I work upon are up to you. So some of the last projects that I worked on was building this high-tech laboratory, hidden away from the rest of the colony, and building a pool room, a recreation pool room, which is pretty cool. The C-2032s are a bit too wide for Yoda, so he can't use those because he doesn't fit them in his mouth. Everwarren, thank you for the sub, and cheers. We need to research sewage. Well, we've actually been converting the fecal sludge into fertilizer, biosolids. But it occurs to me that I probably need more composters. So I will add some additional composters in here, because we're just not keeping up with the volume of, poo. But, hey, to be fair, the city of London got taken down by poop. So, yeah. Ancient Thebes here, no problem. And what I'm talking about is cholera, obviously. And until humans came up with, until civilizations came up with germ theory, it wasn't really well understood that you needed to keep your drinking water and your fecal matter separate. But, yep, here we are. Before I poll for next goal, who gains sidecasting? So, Shellbell would go up to level 6, maxed out. Maybe she gets something useful, like Neuroquake, or maybe she gets something useless. Macho to level 3, Darzan and Guerrero to level 1. It looks like Guerrero or Darzan is going to need new Psychic Love. I think what I'm going to do is actually keep up with his Psychic Love. I know it's weird. I don't know why, but I'm trying to keep them together. So I'll have Shellbell Psyfocus up to the... Never mind! They're engaged! There we go! For those that don't know, because I know I had a bunch of raiders, they've rejected each other's proposals like 3 or 4 times over. And it was driving me batty because they were like, no, I'm not getting married to you. No, I'm not getting married to you. And it was like, yeah. So finally, they're actually getting married, and I don't have to have Shelbel spend her day praying at a tree to try to get them married. So that works for me. Yeah, they finally did it. They were pissing me off, but they're finally doing it. Now that I'm making kibble out of that insect meat, I'm going to put the kibble on this shelf here for our male drake. And I'll take a few more viewer-submitted ideas before polling you about that. It looks like Shelbel is going to be our candidate for sci-linking. One of the rules of this series is only people with ideological titles can have sci-links, so that leaves 5 people. Our moral guide, so here's the ideology. Our Hathor's guide, our Taz architect, and our 2 Bastek guardians. And those are the only ones that can be psycasters. Because otherwise, you know, I could have a full entourage of psycasters and be immortal. Hey, Pardu, thanks for gifting out subs. Cheers. And Real Hero and Knitted Nerdette, thanks for the follows. I like the name. And Harton, too. And Trio, man, a whole lot of your raiders are following. So I have not made any attempt to fill this back in yet. But it should be done. Not that it actually protects me from infestations. It really doesn't do anything. So maybe I don't know. Whatever. Is the river still forbidden? It is. That's why. Thanks. That's what was going on. There we go. Fixed. Alright, Shelbel. You gain sidecasting, and let me pull for next priority. So we have got turn the old shop into pemmican storage. That's really easy to do, but old shop into food storage. Improve guest quarters. Decorate the path with art. Set up a hospital. Build an outside gathering spot. Add more ducks to the duck barn. And there's a duplicate here, so I'll take like 1 or 2 more ideas using channel points before polling. Machining's almost half done. Whoa. I probably should add in a place for Amon-Ra to eat around here so it doesn't eat without a table, because, you know. Also, how did he have an awful bedroom? Oh! A giant pile of poo does indeed make that awful. Oops, I didn't mean to spy on you bathing. God, my eyes. Burn out my eyes. Hey Mike, come haul some poop for me. Please and thank you. Add tech to the forbidden area. I'm not really sure what tech I would add, but sure. All right, so now it's not an awful bedroom, but the other bedrooms are still awful. I need to haul the poop out of them. There we go. What are the downfalls of having your own private toilets? Oh, my guests are beating themselves up. Whoa, you almost died. 7 out of 40? Jeez. You psychopaths. I've mentioned this in the past, but it's the one thing, or not the one thing, but it's one of the things in RimWorld that I don't particularly like is how absolutely violent social fights are. Like, it's pretty common to see people rip off each other's legs, and it's like, well, I I don't know. I've never seen a World Star hip hop video where someone just full on hulks someone's leg off. I don't think that's all that realistic. I mean, I know sometimes fights are like I punched them once and they fell wrong and died. But those types of punches don't happen in RimWorld, so it's fair to say that, you know, I don't know. But yeah, pretty nutty. All right, Shellbell, I forgot to focus you up, so I'm going to do that now in the middle of the night. Wake everybody up at 9 p.m. A little midnight seance at the tree, right? All right, I did get some additional goals here, so I'm going to pause that and poll you all. Kenshi, I don't really need to do that because it's not... yeah, I'm going to refund you there. He was designate a successor to Amon-Ra, but Amon-Ra has no successor. Okay, there you go. There's the poll. You can pick the next thing that we do. I'll give you 5 minutes to vote on that. So we've got use the old shop for food storage, improve guest quarters, decorate the path with art, set up a hospital, build an outside gathering spot with the fire pit and all that stuff, add more ducks to the duck barn, add tech to the forbidden area, or add more plumbing. Because it would be possible, I guess, in terms of plumbing to do a sewage outlet, to secretly hide a sewage outlet somewhere, to just dump sewage into the flowing river downstream or something like that. I don't know. It'll be up to you. And she gains Manhunter Pulse, just like Amon-Ra. That's unfortunate and almost completely useless, because I don't need 2 people with Manhunter Pulse. It's kind of redundant. Oh well. At least it's combat, right? At least it's a combat cast, and not the other peace casts that you have. Macho getting inspiration. Oh boy. What should he build? He could build a royal bed for Amon-Ra. He could try for a recreation item, like poker table or billiards table. So it looks like you guys want me to set up a hospital. That seems the overwhelming choice. I think what I'm going to do with Macho here is no construction, no crafting, so he can't use up his inspiration. He's just going to be quarrying materials so that I don't make a stool or something stupid. A shelf. We're almost done kibbling up the insect meats. My fine meals, I am out of meat for. Although there's unfertilized eggs over there that I could move over. But I think the thing to do is to go make some meat, if you know what I mean. What animals do I have? Maybe a giraffe beatdown? But they're all 4 giraffes are like on top of one another. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Group hunt! It's my favorite. Whack a giraffe. It's kind of like whack-a-mole, but higher stakes. Let's set up a hospital. That will be the next project. Build a hospital. And then the other question I had is, what should Macho build? There we go. All right, I hope that I don't piss off the whole group, but I think that's a non-zero likelihood here. I'm trying to keep it nice and surrounded. Great, yep. Fight the nudist. There we go, one down. Next. Oh, we might be friendly and kind to humans, but to animals, oh god, no. That little squeaky chirp death is hilarious to me. Alright, so new poll. There it is. Amun-Ra, you weren't actually needed after all. Here, Guero, you can... Who is not hauling someone? Because there's a rhino here, and I'm ready for some spice in my life. Surround it. I have no, I can't tell who I'm casting on. I didn't want to just stun Guero out of nowhere. Get it! He's dead. No, keep going. You're not done. I ain't hear no bell. There we go. That's the bell. All right, let's get a royal bed. I guess there was another alternative, which is a meditation throne. But because I'm not royal and never will be, I don't really functionally use a meditation throne, so a royal bed makes the most sense, I suppose. So, Mr. Macho. Let's get you to build the bed and not a shelf. Also, I'm going to high priority haul because this should not be laying out here. It's kind of dumb that I haven't put that away. Cheers! Oh, actually, you know what? This is cold coffee. I'm going to switch over to seltzer. If you think carrying a rhino is like nothing, you know, in RimWorld you can also carry a centipede. I'd imagine a centipede is probably many tons heavier than a rhino, given that they're made of plasteel and steel and components. I can't imagine trying to lift a centipede by yourself. Alright, so for fine meals, we're going to use any meat except for insect and human. Because I did all that hunting for a reason. And Shalbel and Sabin, get back here and start cooking. Wait, can we gamble? I don't have enough time to run a prediction before I actually build this. So normally we could, but I did it too quick. Masterwork. Nice. So Darzan and Sabin, you're going to get the old bed here. The old royal bed. One of the advantages of this is it's going to allow Amun-Ra to sleep real fast, which means that he gets more work done. So the quality of this, or the rest effectiveness is 131%. And then it also makes the room even more impressive. Although the room could use art. So I'm going to move the jade art in there. So it's extremely impressive bedroom. All right, refunding everyone that suggested ideas. And let's work on a hospital. I think hospital, given that we're most likely to get wounded around here, a hospital around here is probably the most useful. Because, you know, if we're going to get injured, it's going to be in the front near the front door. So it's going to be small, but that's fine. Not near a kitchen? No. I think what I'm going to do is put 2 shelves in here, one for herbal meds and one for pemmican, and then put the beds in there. Actually, before I even do that, I'm going to see how much of this mountain I can expand into. Let me hide that pole. Soon we're going to be, like, out of chunks on this map tile. What is the most sterile flooring that tribals are allowed to see? Neutral. Which would be stone tile floors. I mean, what I could do is I could put in a huge chemetic slab in there to make it a very pretty room. But they're not going to be allowed to see steel flooring. Because, you know, that's like steel tiles for that spaceship look. Yeah, this ain't Spaceship Earth, so we're going to keep that nice and hidden. Alright, I'm also going to forbid the quarry so that my miners actually do the mining. And then cancel the steel mining here so that they mine where they're supposed to. Mind their business. A gift of a Devil Strand headdress. Oh, nice. They were disappointed though, but they were disappointed, I think, because they didn't have any food. You had money, just buy food. Whatever, don't come back. I don't actually care. All right, let's lower the high priority hull. Also, another thing that I might need to consider is I'm out of wood. Like, out, gone. I have none. Might need to make a run to a neighbor. Question for all of you. Should I make a trade run? Yes or no? Another thing that I could do is to get a comms console constructed. Which I'll start on. Because it's possible to stockpile silver in here so that I could do orbital trades. But at the moment, I have no wood, and I need wood to cook and illuminate and all that stuff. The Gal Woodmaker is really useful, but I just don't have enough growers to keep them tended. It's a lot of labor. So why are my miners not mining right now? Oh, because there's construction tasks. And Godfather's now cooking. I'm going to take Godfather off of cook so he can start mining. Would uranium be considered advanced? No. It wouldn't. Orbital trades at night only? Yeah, we could do that. I don't think it really matters, though. Because it's going to be going into the Forbidden Area. So it's just magic as far as our colonists are concerned. Godfather, why aren't you mining? No. Oh, you're not a miner. I was thinking of... Okay, I'll have Mike mine. Amun-Ra does construct. He's not a passionate constructor, but he's the only one that is allowed to build anything in the lab, obviously. Oh, his crafting skill dropped. Here we go. Oh no. Poo in the bedrooms again. Perhaps getting a sludge output line would be a useful goal at some point. How far tech are allowing my people to go to? Up to me. So I say steel flooring is not allowed. It's not allowed. Rather than having to answer that question hundreds of times for each time someone asks it for every tech that there is, it's just easier enough to be like, leave it up to me. You don't need to worry about it. But steel floors, definitely on the not to be considered to be constructed list for kind of obvious reasons to, I'm guessing, almost all of you. All right. I want the hospital to be a standalone building, not connected to the morgue for reasons. So I'm going to redesign this to be a standalone building. I could go farther east, but I don't think I'm going to. All right, there we go. What if I just get rid of the morgue? Nah, I'm gonna leave it there. I like to be able to smelt the bodies when I need to. It's very useful. Yeah, I'm Amun-Ra. Yep, there's just going to be a lot of judgment calls, so rather than come up with like a 30-page document to fully detail all of the requirements and technology that can or cannot be used, cannot be seen, etc. It's easy enough to just say, leave it up to me, because you don't really need to know that. It's like not necessary. And that way I cut out the whole having to type up a massive amount of information and then to explain it every time there's a question. All right, Shaman Merchant. And a quest available of Podswarm. 17 hives. Can they stop just ramping up the amount of hives that I need to fight? Like, come up with a novel idea. I'll have you vote on Podswarm, but 17 hives is like 45 bugs. or more. It's a bad time, I think is the easy way to put it. Alright, I want the shock and incendiary lance, and then I'm going to sell the components, because there's a bunch of shipwrecks that I could break down for components. And that's about it. I guess the Gao seed. I'm not even using the one I currently have. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Alright, time to whisk that away. Oh yeah, I could have sold the ambrosia. Do I even have ambrosia? No, I don't even have ambrosia. Alright, well, I'm going to open up the viewer-submitted ideas for the next project. And critical foxes. Here's some treats for the Yoda. Man, he is hard to wake up. He's just plastered. And the other thing I'm going to want here is like a torch, maybe. But I don't have any wood, so it's hard to finish this hospital project with no wood. And then on here, we're going to do pemmican. Importance, fine. And then here is going to be herbal. Go with steel beds for rest effectiveness. How comfy is this chair? It's an excellent chair, which should be, what, 98%? Oh, 87%. So it's close to max, but not quite max. Thank you for tuning in to False God, which originally streamed live on Twitch, June 5th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com and the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Ammonites.